We're here at Aloha Stadium conversing with Donalyn Dela Cruz, who's Director of Communications for the Hawaii State Department of Education.
Oh, mahalo for having me. It's good to talk about it.
Here we are in the bright sunlight.
Yes.
You probably don't see that very often in your role.
Well, actually, in communications, what we try to do is get out into our schools. And so we have 256 public schools, 34 which are public charter schools. But we try to get out there so we can learn about our schools and tell stories. So we're looking for stories about our students.
What I know to be true about you is that you find the positive in everything. So in this role that you have as communications director, there's a lot of pressures as well.
There is. I mean, the Department of Education is in Hawaii. It used to be the largest state agency. We're now the second next to DHS, the Department of Human Services. But it's a large system. So when you come in and you're taking a look at 25,000 employees and then 180,000 public school students, it's a lot to filter through. So there's a lot of communication that needs to take place so that our different audiences, whether it be staff, parents, teachers, principals, complex area superintendents, and then of course our students. And so we know that at the end of the day, we want to serve our best customer, and that's our students.
So as a director of communications, how do you integrate all those different role groups and your messages?
I started in 2012 and I kind of came on board, and I'm a proud public school graduate. And so it's a big thing for me to say that I am a graduate of Lelehua High School because I'm proud of it. And there are so many great things happening in our public school system that I just don't think is getting enough coverage. And I was just telling this to someone the other day, like when they see our newsletters, so after learning everything that we're doing in our system, we have 3 different e-newsletters, one that's actually a hard copy newsletter as well. We revamped our website, so it's hawaiipublicschools.org. We are very active on social media, where if anybody tunes into our Facebook page, they're just gonna see tons of stories of public school students, teachers, principals, the engagement that's happening in our school communities. And people might say, wow, it's so nice to see positive school stories about public schools or positive stories overall. And I started to think, well, actually, it's just stories, but we're so used to hearing or tuning into the negative that you forget that there's a whole lot going on in our public school system. And I think we need to talk more about it.
And the news media, as
Yes.
you know from your professional jobs that you've had in the past, focuses on what's wrong. It seems that what you're looking at is what's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of right. There's a lot of right. And I think also it's building the morale, right? So when they start hearing the negative, then all of a sudden they start to perpetuate this societal myth that public schools aren't good enough, when it's actually the opposite. Public school systems across the country, it's the great equalizer. We're providing education to educate all students. And that's the great thing about public school systems. You can come into any school, there's all types of different backgrounds of students. And the engagement within that of learning what student leaders do, students who are just trying to make their way through life and trying to see that our public school system, when they go to school, it's a safe place. We serve over 3,000 homeless students, for example. When they come to school, they're getting their meals. They have friends that support them, students, teachers, counselors, principals. It's a safe place for them, and they're part of our community.
And because it's such a large budgetary need, you have a lot of partners as well.
Partnerships are essential for the success of our schools because, as you know, the state can only fund so much. There's many agencies that they're trying to divvy up all of the money. So when we're able to get business to invest in schools, the return on investment is really the workforce. It's our future workforce in Hawaii. And so more businesses are investing in us. We're seeing more early college programs, partnerships with businesses that are giving students opportunities. It's wonderful.
And the focus on service learning, and the focus on helping communities help themselves.
Yes. So, and that's also about school communities. So schools are the centers of communities, right? And it's expanding that. So for example, I was visiting Nunalilo Elementary the other day, and they have this beautiful mural about sustainability. But the principal was explaining this is a community mural because it was the businesses around us that gave the funding so that we could have this. So when you look at the mural, it's not just a school mural, it's about their community.
Well, thank you for your enthusiasm and for all the information you share with us on a regular basis on all sorts of media. We've been chatting with Donalyn Dela Cruz, Director of Communications with the Hawaii State Public School System.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.